Buonasera a tutti. My name is Cristobal Alonso. I'm the CEO of Startup Wise Guys. Let me tell you a bit how we got started. Let's go back to 2012. Skype has already, exit has happened, and the whole technical team from Skype was from Estonia. It sparked the curiosity and they started to give back and investing much earlier than any other country in the region. But there was one missing piece. There was not an early stage methodology. There was not an accelerator in place. So a number of founders, investors put the first capital, and together with my partner, Herty, they started doing it. 2012, 2016, more than 40 investments happened. A few months later, our first exit will already happen. And a portfolio that today is giving more than 5x in return, making it one of the best venture capital funds, no matter of the stage, in Europe. But in 2016, we got a question and we got a clear assessment. Only the biggest accelerators will survive or will get the real good pipeline. So Herty asked me if I believe we could make Startup Wise Guys one of the top 3 brands in the world. I said, for sure in Europe in the next 3 years, 4 years, and we can be there in less than a decade, no matter what we actually face at that time. So we started in 2016. 4 years later, we had done more than 220 investments by the winter of this year, running 22 batches, and with our presence in Milan, physical presence in 4 countries, running 4 different verticals, making us today the largest early stage, and that's the most active, because in the last 2 years, this is very important, investor in early stage in Europe. We just passed rocket start in that sense. But the question is, why Italy? Why did we decide to come to Italy? I had the privilege to know Andrea Orlando for a number of years, and about 18 months ago, he took over the INSEAD Alumni Association in Denmark. I'm the president of the INSEAD Alumni Association in Spain for now almost 5 years. I said, let's have coffee and exchange ideas and experiences. At that point, I asked Andrea, what are you doing? And he told me, I'm very curious about raising my own fund and start investing for very early stage in companies. And I asked him, why don't we do it together? He was puzzled that after one coffee, we went there, and I was puzzled. We got together, did some research, and we found that this was the perfect storm. Italian market, the least entrepreneurial in Europe out of the large countries, but a huge amount of talent, a very large digital market or to digitalize market on the SMB, and a lot of money there is just not invested in startups. Something has to happen. Also the opportunity to make it a hub from countries like the Balkans to enter the EU, where they can be investable by largest investors. Some of you might say that was the perfect time, but most of you will say that was the worst time to make the decision, with COVID hitting just us right out of the corner, basically behind us. We actually say this is the perfect moment. There is a tipping point in which we realize the need for digitalization at the SMB level, at the corporate level, at the government level. This is the time that startups can actually start working with everybody. This is the time that a lot of young people, and less young talent also, will move to entrepreneurship. This is the time that we're going to build some of the most exciting 50 startups that will be seen in Italy and internationally out of Italy in the next decade. This is where all the big companies get created in the middle of crisis. So we're here. We want to ask you to join us in this journey. We want you to be part of the journey that many of Estonian investors did in 2012, the journey which some of the 20-something LPs in our Challenger Fund has taken. A journey that has 3 components. One is the financial returns. 2x, 3x, 4x, it will see, but our track record says that we have been achieving consistently 3x, making us one of the best performing VCs in Europe. 2, the impact. The impact we have in ecosystems, the impact we have by having long-term, the impact we have with our ambition, our drive, the impact we have by being founders-driven. 3rd, the fun. It is fun. It is super fun to help these youngsters, these less youngsters, achieve their dreams. Be part of the journey from the beginning. Be part of helping them, as our mission always says, to help founders become entrepreneurs and build great international tech companies. So join us here to answer any question you have. And believe me, we will leave all our sweat, blood, and passion on making these things happen. So thank you very much. Grazie mille, and I'm here for your questions.